Nooblets. Hi guys, Steve here. On this video I'll be showing you how to tame the Ossidon. And if this video is helpful, please like, subscribe, click the bell notifications and all, and share with your friends. Thank you. At the time of making this, I've put it in the game early, and you can find it in the snow areas of Ragnarok, Valgero and the Centre. Then it'll be only found in the Lost Colony expansion when that comes out. And you've got to have that expansion to tame it. This thing is an absolute pain to tame. So I'll be showing you the do's and don'ts so you don't waste your time trying stuff that won't work. It's big, but you can use a gene scanner to help track it down, and that'll make it easier to find. There it is, playing with its phlegm bowl. Now to start the tame, you need to shoot it with narco darts to get its torpor up just past halfway. I would use a long neck and trank darts, because a high level one is going to take a lot of hits. So if you use a crossbow and narco arrows, you're going to take ages. I travelled to it on an RG first, but I wouldn't recommend it, as you can't shoot off it while you're riding in the saddle. So you'd have to dismount it and shoot it from the ground. The Ossidon will keep moving around, so you have to follow it. And because you're in the snow area, you're going to get loads of creatures and wolf packs attacking you. So you're going to have to get back on your fly to fly up in the air, which will interrupt your taming. And when it's killed the creature it's fighting, it will come after you and your mount, and if you can't get on it fast enough, you're going to get hammered. Now the Ossidon is one of those creatures that loves to go after every single creature on a map and get itself killed, as when it's untamed it doesn't seem to have much health, and when you do eventually find one, it's usually fighting something and dies before you can even start taming it. So you need to look for it with a flyer that you can shoot while mounted, like the Griffin, or wear tech armor so you can get away fast. As I said, it attacks every creature on the map, so you can shoot it in the back while it's busy. Then when it's killed its prey, you can fly out of range so it can't get you, then keep shooting it while it goes after something else. Because it's aggressive and in the snow area, it goes after groups of mammoths, rhinos and wolves. So that interrupts you trying to narco it, as you've got to switch to a shotgun and try and help it out by killing all the creatures it's attacking before they kill it. Low level Ossidons get wiped out straight away, and even high level ones like this level 100 get killed as well. So your best chance to tame one is to try and find a 150 or close to it. If you can get it isolated away from creatures, then it'll aggro on you. You can fly out of range, go in for attack and then shoot it, but it'll always try and stay underneath you. It's always moving so it's hard to get it in your crosshairs, and manoeuvring yourself so you're always facing it is a struggle, so there's a longer time gap between each shot, and sometimes you're bound to miss. So it'll take a lot longer trying to torpor it this way. Manoeuvring for a shot's a pain, so it's not ideal. And that one just got itself killed by a tiny little ice fox. And the next one I tried to tame got killed by some bears, and you'll be finding this a lot. For something so big and menacing, it's very weak. If you want to shoot it while flying, the best method is to fly around in circles close to the ground behind it. You can usually keep it in your sights, then get a shot off between each reloads. However, don't fly too close to the ground. You've seen it fire icicle spikes that stick in the ground. These work a bit like landmines, so if you fly into one it'll do huge freezing damage. Even if you're wearing good fur armour, you'll get a mini blizzard around you and your flyer, and each one you hit will take your life down until it kills you. You can see the blizzard effect and you'll start going ooh ah after you've detonated one. And then look how fast your health drops. So don't run or fly into those icicles. After you've tranked it enough times, so its torpor's gone just above 50%, it'll get dizzy and stand still, and you get a blue stun marker flying around its head. At this point, land and jump off your flyer, make sure it's on follow and passive, go up to the Ossidon and mount it. It then spits up a big phlegm bowl and starts rolling it to get bigger. If you roll over snow it'll get white, and if you roll over dirt and grass it'll go brown. You now need to roll your ball over small creatures to collect them, as that will increase your taming bar. The biggest size of the creatures you can collect are carnos and smaller. Anything bigger will break the ball, and you have to retrank the Ossidon to start again. You have 2 minutes to do so, and the display icons are in the middle above your hotbar. It wants me to collect 20 creatures in 2 minutes, which in the wild is almost impossible, because as you can see the Ossidon's gone around and killed almost everything. You'll also notice you're firing giant icicles. As well as collecting creatures in your ball, that increases your taming bar, You need to collect all these icicles to keep up your taming effectiveness. The icicle counter is to the left of the timer in the bottom middle, so in 2 minutes to get a perfect tame for the first stage of many. For a 150 OSSIDON, I will need to collect 50 icicles and 20 creatures, Carno size or smaller, in the wild in 2 minutes. I don't know about you, but I think that's some bullshit taming technique right there. As in the wild, naturally, it's almost impossible to do. The OSSIDON would have killed most of the small creatures where it is, so you're going to have to spend most of your time travelling to a new area to find new small ones. And in the snow area, the small creatures will probably be wolves, and those wolves will attack packs of mammoths and probably get themselves killed. And if you go for a wolf and accidentally hit the mammoth, it'll break your ball and stop the taming. When you've collected a small creature in your ball, after a small amount of time the creature is ejected. If it's a carnivore, it'll likely be aggroed on you, so you'll also be getting constantly attacked from behind. The OSSIDON is slowly moving while it's rolling the ball, and slow at turning, so you can try and turn around and run over the same small creature again, but because it's turning circles so big, that's hard to do as well. The timer's running out, so I tried to pick up one more bear before the ball collapsed. When the ball breaks, you get thrown off for OSSIDON, and again if it's near hostile creatures, you'll need to try and kill them to help the OSSIDON out before it dies. Then when they're all dead, try and get back on your griffin before it comes to you. But a griffin's got a nasty habit of hovering in the air, just out of reach so you can't mount it, even on the shortest follow range, and when you've whistled it to stop it following. After you've got off your OSSIDON, it'll aggro you and shoot icicles at you. Try to avoid these because they do loads of damage. The icicles are like deadly mines to you around it, but if it's thrown you off and is next to mammoths, you've got to get in there and save your OSSIDON before it gets killed. You want to help it kill the creatures around it so it can eat the bodies, as every time it does it'll heal up, and it's extremely important to keep it fed, otherwise it will take too much damage fighting creatures and die. But like I said, as you're shooting it, don't fly too close to the ground, otherwise you'll detonate an icicle, you'll take massive frost damage and you'll die. The OSSIDON can fight a few creatures by itself without dying, so try and prioritise the biggest threat and kill those before it aggroes them. When you fed it for the first time, things get slightly easier. You'll get a marker on it showing where it is. The yellow bar is its taming progress, and the pink bar is its torpor readout. So now when you shoot it with narcotics, you can see how much torpor it's got, and how close it is to 50% to where you stun it. I tried building a blocking wall with dino doorways, to see if it'll block it and stop it coming after me. It just jumps over the top of it. So if you're going to build a trap, use behemoth gates, as those should be high enough to block it in. When you shoot the OSSIDON and it goes dizzy, you've got about 8 seconds to go to it and mount it, otherwise its dizziness will go and you'll have to get its torpor up again. Shooting it with extra narco darts doesn't extend the time it stays dizzy for, so there's no point doing it. So let's go over the mechanics again. Kill all the large groups of creatures above the size of a Carno, maybe leave a few by themselves, so the OSSIDON can aggro them and not go after you. That will leave you free to shoot it in peace. Keep shooting it with tranq darts until it's just past 50%. You'll get a blue dazed marker above its head. If it's fighting something big, kill that quickly before you mount it, otherwise it will destroy your phlegm bowl. And get on it, it will create a ball and go looking for small creatures. Those will get your taming bar up. Avoid any big ones. You can even use your own mounts to get captured in the ball. I'll show you how long it stays in the ball before it's thrown out. You can pick large babies up like baby mammoths. It's just thrown one out. My griffin's still in the ball. Once a creature is thrown out, you can go back and pick it up again. Go around and pick all the icicles up, and those will keep your taming effectiveness high. Your ball seems to get bigger the more you pick up to a certain size. Then when you hit destroyable rocks or trees, the ball seems to get smaller as it suffers damage. Then just go around picking as many small creatures and icicles up as you can. Do not drop off a high ledge or cliff, because the fall damage destroys the ball. You can go in shallow water and medium water. but deep water will break the ball. I thought about going down rivers and collecting all the fish. It's not very good at swimming as it moves very slowly, so if a 2-minute timer is about to end, maybe drop it into deep water to keep it where it is. Then shoot it to get its torpor up, and it'll take longer to get to you. But remember, when it gets to shallow water, it can jump out. In a lost colony, it's likely to spawn in a snow area, but a snow area is a main problem in taming it. It's got large groups of mammoths and woolly rhinos that can kill it, and not much of a variety of small creatures. Mainly just packs of wolves, the odd deer and a hog. So I'd say the best option is move it out the snow area if you can. While you're in control of it, you'll be rolling a ball, but if you break that ball it'll throw you off, so you won't be able to move it to where you want it. Looking at the map and following a river is a good way to take it to a new area, as the snow areas are usually high up, and the flat plain areas are on the lower ground, so there's usually a safe path you can follow next to a river. You can break breakable rocks and harvestable trees while you're rolling a ball, but if you hit a cliff face, rocks or trees that can't be broken, or fall off a cliff, your ball will break. You want to take it somewhere nice and flat where there's loads of small creatures. The Ossidon might start off living in a frozen area, but you don't have to tame it there. Try to avoid redwood and forest areas. There's big unbreakable trees that will smash your ball, the trees will stop you seeing what's around you, the small creatures are hidden, and there's ravines you can fall down and break your ball with. And you also don't want to take it down barren cliff areas, because as soon as you drop down from any height, that will smash your ball and throw you off as well, so it'll take forever to try and get out of here. Take it to a nice, fairly flat, open area with lots of small creatures. Somewhere you can steer the ball between any obstacles, and you can go around in circles picking the same creatures up. Find a nice spot, roll over the creatures, go round in circles, the creatures will get thrown out, you pick them up again, and just keep going round and round until you've got enough of them. Then finally, when you've collected enough icicles, and picked up enough creatures, you've got your taming bar up in the middle. One more creature should do it. You've finally tamed yourself an Ossidon. Kill all the creatures around it it's aggroed. We have some vicious beaver wanting revenge, as you don't want your tame killed after you spent ages taming it. Finally tame my first one. Doesn't it look ugly? I'll show you around it first so you can get a good look at it. It's got a fluffy butt, but it's got no nads. Let's get it a saddle. You can unlock the saddle at level 74. Again, you'll need a Lost Colony DLC, and you'll need 200 fibre, 150 metal ingots, and 380 hide. And you can make it in the smithy. Let's put a saddle on. It looks mean as hell. It's like a vicious punk rocker. I'll go around and show you the saddle because I've done a good job on it. Now let's go over its abilities. Space is to jump. It goes an okay height and distance, but I would have thought that the longer you'd hold jump and then let go, the higher you would jump like the Ice Titan. But no, it's just a normal jump. Pressing C does your flambeau, and you'll start to roll it. Picking up your icicles and small creatures around you increases the damage of the ball when you roll it into an enemy target. I'm going to roll it into that bear, but it explodes. It's inconsistent. Sometimes it picks up small creatures, sometimes it doesn't and explodes. You press left mouse button to hit once, then hit twice, then the third time you press it, it does a bigger double smash. Then if you hold the right mouse button you get a target reticle, and press your left mouse button to fire icicles. They stick in the ground and work as frosty landmines, but they don't do that much damage to creatures. To be honest, after that stupidly hard taming technique, this damage and abilities aren't that good. It looks mean, but that's about it. The devs have got to buff this when they put it into Lost Colony, because it's more Assidon than Ossidon at the moment, and it also does a roar that doesn't do anything. On the bottom left of a hotbar, you'll see a circle next to 1, and the words left control underneath it. If you have that on, The OSSIDON will turn left and right, but if you have that off, it won't rotate when you move your mouse around, and it will just step sideways and forward and backwards. When it levels up, the more points you put in a creature, the bigger it gets. So level 251 will be a lot bigger than a level 25. Plus each separate attribute you level up changes the look of your creature. Health increases the overall size and number of victims the OSSIDON can carry in its ball. Health increases its head size, plus you can roll the ball longer. Oxygen increases the length and distance it can fire its icicles. Food increases its stomach size, plus the number of icicles it can fire at once. Weight increases its muscle size, and the maximum size of a creature it can hold in the ball. And melee damage increases its claw size. And that's the real way to tame the OSSIDON. It's a complete pain in the ass, and for what I've seen of it, not worth it. It definitely needs a buff, and if it gets one, I'll pin it in comments. Taming it with your own creatures seems a way to go, so I'll be doing that on our next video, as it'll take a lot of time to test, and I want to make sure I do the best way to tame an OSSIDON, so I hope you subscribe for that. If this video is helpful, please like, subscribe if you've not already, and click the bell notifications on all to get notified when I upload next, and share it with your friends if you think they'll like it or help them out. Thanks for watching, and check out the other videos at the end. Goodbye.